Welcome to the Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast. This is your podcast for all things hockey. On this podcast, we talk about past history to the modern day and what you can do to grow the sport. I am your host, Adam Rothstein. All right, let's get to the show. Welcome in, everyone. So this is going to be episode 27. Yeah, that's right, 27. Okay, so I wrote an article a while back on my Substack of something about of writing a hockey blog. Let me pull that up real quickly for my references. Okay. Yeah. Now the reason why I do want to talk a little more about the platform of Substack and what it's offered to me is that any hockey fan can go on there and find stuff about drills, about pretty much anything, actually. Whether it's drills about a player, about even the 1972 Summit Series. It's almost like Google in a way, but for blogs, and you can set up a paid subscription. The reason why I put the bonus episodes and the paid content up on Substack is because it's just so easy. And yes, I'll let them take a percentage and not buy the domain because I don't know what my sales is going to look like in the next few months. I don't. And if you would like to subscribe there for $5 a month, you get the bonus show and free written content, as well as paid content. Please head over there, and you can also subscribe for free if you wish. So needed to get that out there. Now, I have not put the podcast on there. I'm with Anchor right now. And here's the thing with putting a podcast up on Substack is that you can distribute it anywhere. The only downside is that if you want to do video, you do have to put the video on Substack directly. It's not going as part of the podcast, unlike Anchor. So there's that. Now, for hockey fans, you can learn so much just by reading. And I highly encourage that you do, whether it's about the history of hockey or just more of your performance. Find stuff and read about it as well. Because, training is one thing, but, read, if you've played 16 years of hockey, like I have, you should have read at least one hockey book by now. Yeah, you should have. And all that, or something on the regulations and everything. Yeah, it's, or even like a hockey novel or something. Not necessarily. I forgot what I read back in the day, but yeah, definitely read a hockey book, even if it's a novel too. Just read more, because there may be something that you didn't consider, or someone had a better idea, or just look at the success of Patrick Waugh, Gretzky, and Messier, and every all-star you could possibly imagine. They have a biography about them, and as well. So whether it's Raymond Bourque, Oates, heck, I bet Marcel Dion has a biography, and certainly Mike Bossy too. I like the New York Islanders. When the legends make a path, naturally people are going to want to know about it. So they write their books, they write blogs, they do everything. I think that the benefits of you also also in addition to reading about it, writing is you can change the world with a written statement. Writing about your experiences, talking about your written experiences, doing a podcast like I am, it's very beneficial. And even if you don't want to charge money for that, if you don't feel you're ready, okay, at least get your stuff out there. And then as you build followers, as you build email subscribers, then just put it behind a paywall too. Uh, definitely. I mean, absolutely. You can go ahead and do that when you're ready. It's always an honor to to just get out here and do what I do. Even though I don't have much of a subscriber base, I'm always going to be grateful for you know for for being able to do this. I'm probably going to start some video editing as well, and then just talk about you know weird stories as well. And that's another thing, is the weird stories aspect. Many There were many weird stories or odd things. There was one thing about hockey puck breaking into two and some team winning in overtime 5-3, which never happened again. That was the weirdest thing that happened. And I don't know, and I've never seen anything like it. I've seen chipped pucks and everything, but never a puck split in half before that. And I found that through written content. Now, does that now when you do start your own blog or podcast, does that mean you're gonna, get a contract with the NHL? No, no, it doesn't. But is someone gonna find your work and like it? Probably, because there's a market for everything. And hockey, as this sport, is growing every single day. It's growing every single day, and we're changing lives every day. And now there's 32 teams. And you tell me a decade ago, after the Jets go to Winnipeg, that there would even be a team in Vegas, I would have laughed you out of the building for that. There's that. But I think that indication of the NHL getting to 32 teams is that there is a market for this. People do, when people go to the games, they like watching hockey. So my proposal again to you is go start something. Go. Even if you just want to start your own blog on WordPress, not even necessarily about Substack, but want to just do it on WordPress and then just take donations, go right ahead. In fact, I encourage that as well, because set up a buy me a coffee, or set up a Square account, and then just have your Square donation link and just get that ready to go. Buy me a coffee is really good though. And I'm not asking you to buy me a coffee. That's literally the name of the company. It's called Buy Me a Coffee. So there's that. Yeah. And okay. And with your blog on WordPress or wherever plugin you want to use, or if you even want to code it out in HTML, that's still good. And you can set up a good design there and pay something like $12 for the domain from GoDaddy.com, and you're going to be good for a couple of years. Now, the benefits of using Substack to write your hockey content is that you don't need to worry about setting up a payment processor when you have Stripe attached to it, and you don't have to pay the domain fee of or the entire like Wix website library of like $200. Yeah, I'd say like let them take a percentage every time, because I don't have to worry about renewals. I don't have to worry about my card being charged when I've not been alerted or something goes through and I'm under funds or something, or I could be late on a payment or something. I That's not me. I would rather have the money come in and set that up as well, because I don't want to worry about it. Now I know this is turned into a more business episode, but hockey is a business, and with any sport, there's a market for blogs. There's a market for people podcasting like yours truly. There's a market for video editors and hockey YouTube channels. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be in a different age, and I encourage you all, whether you are doing hockey drills on YouTube and teaching people how to stick handle and skate and all that, or if you just want to start a podcast, do it. And Substack has probably been the easiest way for me to monetize this, more than any donation from any random stranger ever could, because I'm providing value in a way that couldn't have really been, that wasn't even available 10 years ago, or at least not the way Substack has it set up. I still would have had to pay hundreds of dollars for this, and I may have even needed to code it out too, because Wix was really more didn't really come about until like 2014, maybe 2016, but in this age of, we are in a great time. It is a great time to be alive. Don't get me wrong. Okay, we've got hockey rinks in Florida down here. We've got and my alma mater, Towson University. Guess they played Alabama on Friday and Saturday night, or on Friday night actually, I think. And I think maybe they just came back, but who knows? But they played Alabama. And guess, and you say that even 15 years ago, and the University of Alabama didn't have a hockey team. They don't have an NCAA team. They have a D1 club. They're in the ECHA, I believe, or there was a restructuring that I don't know about. But think about that. All this technology, everything. And I think the fact that it's now it's growing in the South because of the Panthers, because of the Lightning winning their 2 Stanley Cups, that's incredible. That's something that just could not have been thought of 20 years ago. I mean, in the year 2000, if that were to have happened, if that oh yeah, I'm playing the University of Alabama's ice hockey team, it's like, excuse me, like it's not in Boston or Rhode Island or Maine or something like that, or Minnesota or Michigan or even Ohio State. It's like you would be laughed out of the building. Dude, what are you talking about? So my point is, be grateful for the technology that you have today. So, ladies and gentlemen, please do consider writing a blog on Substack and just getting your writing used to writing again, and set up Grammarly as well if you have trouble with your grammar and you do not have a second pair of eyes. And I'm not talking about my glasses. A second pair of eyes, someone else to read it over with you. Definitely get Grammarly and to check your writing and your spelling and all that. Your grammar, your spelling, and your punctuations and your clarity. and all that jazz. All right, you can sign up with Substack with your email address. You can get emails. Just take 10 people. Here's a good way to start your email list. By the way, get 10 of your teammates if you're playing hockey, or just 10 people in general. Just start there. Offer your blog for free and start writing a little bit, or have like 3 articles at least ready to go. Get 10 people on your email list, right? Start there, and then tell them to share your content. And if you have more friends, then just, I guess, repeat the process and just ask. And if your open rate is like 25%, congratulations. You're in the top 10% of email open rates. And if you get, let's say, 1,000 emails and you get 250 people to open it, guess what? You've created something that very few people can do. And like 250 times 1,000, or is $250,000 a year. Divide that by 2, and you've got 125,000. You think about that. Like, you get $500 of either content, or you benefit them in some way with $500. Audiobook, something like that. It's possible. I as well. Now, I would also say, if you are doing this, keep playing hockey, and talk about your experiences, talk about your beer league, talk about what you have done on the ice. Absolutely. And yeah, that'll do it for this episode of the Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast. Very interesting one, but it was a good one. Okay, so on this week's bonus episode, or one of this week's bonus episodes, I'll talk about Connor McDavid and how I think he's going to be the next closest person to get 200 points. So please be sure to check that out in the show notes. Substack, Rothstein, a.substack.com, $5 a month, and you get access to that bonus episode and everything else. So with that being said, stay safe, stay great. I'll talk to you all in the next episode of the Adam Rothstein Hockey Podcast.